All right. Good morning, everyone. Mic check, mic check. We've got microphone. We've got chat. We've got stream. Awesome. Morning, everyone. Hope everybody's night was great. This is Dark Pool Algo, and welcome to another morning session of reviewing some top stocks for today. We're going to look at the Dark Pool Algo and throw some charts up and see what we got. I'm going to go through this a little bit quickly. I need to be done in about 30 minutes. So, I had some requests from Twitter. I'm going to go ahead and use those first. We've got Square, JKS, Z, and BIDU. If you find this content helpful or useful in any way, make sure you subscribe. Smash that like button. It really helps me out. Helps me out with that algo. And everybody loves the algo. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. First thing I'm going to do is pull up the Dark Pool Algo for Square. On the 15-minute chart, we have price action trading with the algo. So we're going to use the algo as an indicator for direction today. We've got a block trade level that came in at 261.20 that's going to act as resistance. Once we break through that, it'll be support up to the next resistance level at 264, which is a previous block trade level. On my chart, the purple line is the Dark Pool Algo. The white bars you see are price action. So, breaking it down to the 1 minute, we've got price action is trading with the algo. Just draw some stuff here so you guys can see it. This 261.20 is the latest block trade. It's going to provide resistance, followed by this 264 level. Prices came down and made this little double bottom shape that we love to play so much. What we're looking for is price to continue up in this generalized direction towards this block level. The algo is curled down. As you can see, it is trading with price. Bringing it back to the 15. It looks as if though we've got support, previous support at 258. Throw it up on the chart real quick. This purple area that you see here was when I reviewed this stock the other day. I said that this is going to be a channel of support based on some Fibonacci levels, or excuse me, based on some Keltner channel levels. Oh, 1 minute. We don't need that. We need the daily. All right. Looking at the daily, we've got positive and increasing MACD. Our market extension is moving back into a value area, which would be the 60 level. Similar to RSI, this would be the $60 or 60 level breakout that a lot of people like to play. We've got this nice, I'm going to do a screenshot, it's probably the easiest. We've got this nice W pattern going on, right? So double bottom. Our indicators show that we are positive stacked EMAs, so the 8's on top of the 21 on top of the 34. We're above the 50-day and 200-day simple moving average. Price yesterday tried to retrace to that 8-period EMA as support. Fibonacci is going to tell us that We broke through the 618. The 127's at 308, and that's on the daily. What I like to use, however, is the extension from a previous low to the previous high, back down to the previous low. That gives me support as well as price targets. A little bit more realistic. So I'd like the $300 level for Square. Bringing it down to more of an intraday. We've ran up. Let's see if I'm going to do this. Best way to do this. I'm going to have to do a screenshot. So, in the effort to save time, I'm just going to talk you through it. So, from the previous low, we came up, we tested the 278 level as a high. We retraced to the 34 EMA on the 4-hour chart, found support there at the 256 level, and we were starting our reversal long. What I'd like to see happen is, oh, by the way, I've got extended hours on, so this bar, or this candle that you see is from this morning. So, looks as if though we're more of in a bullish direction. We are currently, in a 4-hour squeeze that is, what is going on here? That is starting to fire. Our MACD is decreasing, so this is called a bullish divergence on the MACD. What we'd like to see is this crossover for a continued direction upwards. Our market extension is entering that value area where we have found a reversal and we're on our way. We're creating more of a bullish direction. Shorter term price targets are going to be the 300 with support at this Keltner channel level at 258. So Square 300 target, support at 34 EMA, which lines up with this Keltner channel level. I'm just going to call it 260. Which is in line with our block trade level at 261. So, Square $300 target, support at 260. Next one I want to go through is JKS on the daily. This thing moves. It's so weird. I played this quite a bit. All right, this is the kind of chart that we like to see. Let me just explain what's going on here. We've got what's called bullish divergence on the Algo. This is a 15-minute chart. The divergence started back on the 9th. We consider it divergence anytime price action is heading in one direction and the Algo is heading in the opposite direction. What this means is that this divergence must play out. There's no set time for it. It could be 2 days, 2 weeks. Typically, it could be 2 days or 2 weeks. So what will happen is the Algo will act as a magnet for price action to be pulled towards. We can mark our divergence level from when it diverged, and any of these micro divergences you see here, like this one, started there, price action went down, we would have entered here and exited in this area. We consider this divergence played out because the Algo line has came back to approximately the level where it diverged from price action. So looking at this chart, we've got strong institutional buying as indicated by the dark pool algo. We've got a divergence that needs to play out that's dated back to the 9th, a longer term divergence. On the 1 minute chart for JKS, we've got price action trading with, as you can see, the algo is basically trading with price action. We've got divergence on the 1 minute chart. However, this 90-degree line isn't, you can assume that large institutional money took profits and started buying again. As seen here with this curling of the algo and direction and bullish direction. Okay. On the chart, JKS, while the chart doesn't look super super enthusiastic for me, a couple things that we do have going for us. We've got oversold and rising on the market sentiment, which means that anytime it gets through this value area, it can indicate a strong movement in one direction or the other. We've also got MACD is accumulating, looking for a crossover, which would indicate a golden cross. Our squeeze, we are consolidating in the squeeze. Anytime that you see this type of pattern with the squeeze where you've got consolidation, we would look for, as you can see back here, consolidation leads to an explosive move in one direction or the other. I want to save that. From a technical standpoint, we are underneath our moving averages. Typically this will indicate pressure downwards. However, with the algo buying, that will combat that pressure. What I'd like to see happen is, it looks as if that we found support at the 34.50-ish level. Fibonacci on the longer term gives us a $60 swing target. However, it's going to need to get through a lot of this pressure, this upwards pressure. Bringing it down more to an intraday level. Same thing, except for our, oops, sorry about that. Except for our MACD is positive and increasing. Our market sentiment is increasing as well. Looks as if that we found a bottom. We've got this giant range candle after earnings from about the $39.85 level to 34, so a $5 range. The squeeze pro is decreasing. Once that squeeze fires, we'll get positive histogram with a large move upwards. Bringing it down even further to more of a intraday, daily, day trade level. Looks like yesterday we popped off, went up and broke 38. We're gapping up this morning. Our moving averages are all stacked positive, so stacked positive moving averages value area in market extension, looking for a reversal for next move upwards. Stacked positive MACD. We are currently in a squeeze that's fired. If we can get over yesterday's high of 39.18, we can look for a run up to 38.20 is yesterday's high. We can go up to 38.39. That's JKS. $40 price target with support coming in at this trend line. 200 SMA, stacked moving averages. So I'm going to go ahead and say support at 37. Sorry, support at 36.50. Yes, 36.5 support. $40 target. Short term. Okay. Z is the next one on our list. Z. Not sure what this is, but it's got some nice chart setups. Alright, so Z on the 15-minute Algo chart seems to be trading with price. Looks as if though we're going to have a bullish divergence happening within the next couple of days, bringing it upwards. I'm going to remove some of these previous old dark pools prints and look at the last 10. The most recent one is at 145 as the cluster. We filled support. Looks like we've came down and filled all those previous gaps. Support here. If we can find a nice technical support level, I would look for a move back upwards, since the algo has diverged and is curling up on the 15-minute, bringing it down to the 1-minute, which is more of an intraday trade. Come on. Massive 90-degree divergence. This indicates institutional money has started buying very strongly. So this may be back in the rotation. What I'd like to see is us go after the most recent block was 140 even. Use that as a price target. Short-term price target 140. The algo has diverged at the end of yesterday. Diverged here. Look for a level of support before we go long. Z on the daily. Looks like we've came down. We've found support at the 200 EMA. We are in a mid-compression squeeze on the daily. Anytime there's a squeeze that's fired, it usually lasts 8 to 10 bars from the time level that it fired on. So if it fired on the daily, you can expect for the squeeze to last 8 to 10 days. Positive increasing MACD. We are in that value area for the market extension. Once that finds a reversal point, that would be a good time to enter. We are below the 50-day simple moving average. That will act as resistance at the 150 level. Our exponential moving averages are trying to be stacked positive. This is that double bottom H pattern again. Fibonacci is going to let us know where we want to go. I can get it on there. There we go. 173 longer term price target, shorter term 162. We have to get above 150 for that to be in play. Intraday, we are coming into the value area on a reversal from the downtrend. We are in a squeeze that's starting to fire downward, so I would look for this to find a support level before it moves before it takes its next leg up. MACD is bearish and descending. This indicates that we may see a little bit of a sell-off, or we found that sell-off this morning and we're starting to reverse. So it looks as if though we came down overnight, tapped the 50-day SMA. What's happening is the 50 and the 200 are starting to squeeze. Once that happens, we'd really want to look for the 50 to cross above the 200 SMA for an additional positive, positive mark or whatever you guys use for, your checklist on what needs to happen before you get into a trade. Shorter term level, shorter term targets for Z is so the 141 extension lines up with the 50% retracement. That's going to be a target for me. So the 160, 162 level. We've got 135.88 of support, which is in line with the 50 period simple moving average. 132 would be a break of Fibonacci and would indicate a move downward. Looking at it on the 15 minute. So it looks like we gapped up overnight. The squeeze is fired, MACD is positive and increasing, market sentiment is bullish. Or market extension is bullish. If I were to day trade this, I would look for a day trade target of 141 followed by 143. Z with support at 135. 136, sorry guys, 136. Target 140, 143. Take profit at 141. All right, last one that we got is BIDU, and I'm going to kind of rush through this one because I'm running out of time here. I'm getting better at being faster with this. All right, BIDU. BIDU. BIDU on the 15 minute. Sorry about that. BIDU on the 15 minute, we've got bullish divergence that started pretty much yesterday. We've got a block trade level at 219 that's going to provide resistance. That can be seen here. It's an old block trade level. So you can see it provided support until it broke, and now it's going to provide resistance on the way back up. We've formed this H pattern. Right? When this reverses, it's going to form a W pattern, which would be, congruent with that Wu-Tang pattern that we love to play. We've got trendline support, and we've got the Algo is net buying. That's on the 15 minute. Bringing it down to the intraday. We've got price action trading with the algo. As you can see, price action is trading with the algo. So I'm going to use the dark pool algo as an indicator for direction, for letting me know if I'm in a trade, when to either stay in or get out. If I'm in a bullish trade or a long position and the algo starts to curl downwards or take a steep drop downwards, I might look at securing some profits. What I'd like to see is this area curl up before I get in. BIDU. This is from the other day where I reviewed this as well. We've got this 4-hour mid Keltner channel at 209 is providing support. What I'd like to see is it make a run towards the 4-hour top. I'll have to find those. We've got the double bottom H pattern. We came down and we found support at the 200 SMA a couple weeks ago. We're currently came down and tested support again at the 4-hour mid, which gave us a nice trend line. We're above the 200 SMA but below the 50 SMA on the daily. We went up and tested the 8 EMA. We've got a resistance level at 225, which is a 50% retracement from the previous high. And it's also the 4-hour top. If we can break through the 4-hour top, we would look to retrace to this 34 EMA, which is at 237. Bringing it down to the 4-hour. We'd like to get, so again, we're stacked negatively on our moving averages. We are in a value area. We are consolidating on the MACD, and we are about to fire off a squeeze on the 4-hour. When that fires, it's going to push us through those moving averages and stack them positive. We're probably going to run into resistance at the 228 level. So with BIDU, a break of 228, we can see 237 on the way to 250. That's going to be the most resistance. So BIDU, a break of, you can actually play it to 228. Hold on here. It looks like we found support on the 15-minute at 213. We are positive and increasing on the MACD. We're coming through the value area once that breaks the 60 level on the market extension. I would look to go long. I want to get above the 200 SMA on the 15-minute chart, which looks as if that we're trying to do right now. A break of that. And it looks as if though we could make a nice move upwards. What I'd like to see is the break of the 200 SMA, which is also the 21 EMA. I'd like it to break that, hit the 34 EMA, and come back down and find support. So 215, if we break for me, actually, a break at 216, 216.75, I would look to play BIDU up to come on. Sorry guys, I'm about to run out of time here. So I'd like to play BIDU, break at 216.75. We'll just call it 217, Fib says. Alright, so break at 217 on BIDU. We need the dark pool algo to curl up, which would give me a strong indication that we're going to be bullish. Break at 217. The dark pool algo curling up gives me a short-term target of 222, followed by 225, followed by 228, which is a 4-hour top. So break of 217, target 228 with taking profit at 223, 225. All right, that's it. Thanks for joining me. My name again is Darkpool Algo. I hope you enjoyed what you saw this morning. I'm definitely working on getting better at these. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. If you've got any questions, if you'd like to see any tickers reviewed, make sure you hit me up in the comment section below. And if you haven't yet joined Flow Trade, there's a free trial link in my profile, or you can visit us at darkpoolcharts.com. Thanks everyone, and have a great day.